Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today we're looking at the Gyrowheel 14208 series recycling droid. So, just an odd droid to throw out here. Um, this was an onboard ship, or was used on board ships to collect and recycle garbage. They use enzymes to break the garbage down and turn it into edible meals. Uh, they were designed to be useful on ships that had to go long periods between restocking. The Gyrowheel droid uh, was a simple remote that patrolled the ship or base it was assigned to, looking for biological refuse. It would dump whatever it found into the hopper and return it all into the ship's biotic vats that were full of enzymes. This would break down the nutrients into a thick, rich organic soup suitable for making into ration bars and protein wafers. While edible, they were considered rather bland. The droids had four arms, traveled on one wheel that was stabilized by a gyroscopic balancing system. They usually control. They were usually controlled by a central computer that had little individual intelligence. Recycled droids were used on the Eye of Palpatine. Now, this is a droid that really comes to us from Wizards of the Coast when they had the license for Star Wars. And the sources for this is the Essential Guide to Droids, Arms and Equipment Guide, official Star Wars fact file, and the Far Horizons. Like I said, this is all Wizards of the Coast Star Wars uh, lore here, and it's an interesting and fun droid to just kind of think about. It's almost something that you would get from when Sylvester Stallone had done Judge Dredd, like a food recycling droid. So, an interesting concept. So, looking at the stats we have for this little bugger, um, okay, so it comes from the Virile Line Systems, the Gyrowheel 14208 series recycling droid has a dexterity of 3D to be able to try and balance there um, on the wheel. Has a knowledge of 1D. Remember, it said that this is usually controlled by like the ship's computer or something like that. Has a mechanical of 1D, perception of 1D, so it's not very perceptive. It does have a search looking for organic stuff, so that bumps it up to a 3D for its search. Has a strength of 4D, so um, having the ability to grab and pick up the stuff for trying to recycle it. Technical is only 1D, and it is equipped with environmental compensator. The droid is adapted to work on water and dust environments as well. Computer receiver. The droid is controlled by a central computer lacking self motivation. It has improved sensors, so it gives an extra +2 to search, and two retractable grasper arms, which go out to roughly about 2 meters. It does have a move of 10, so our standard galactic movement rate for most humanoids has a cost of about 2,000 credits. And of course, this is our sources from our arms and equipment guide. Now, this could be useful, although I think most people would probably find it very kind of gross to say it's just picking up whatever organic stuff it can. Um, but there again, when you're in dire needs and you really need the food rations, you grab whatever you can and just make do. We've done that plenty of times in the past. Um, Most notably, we would have our own fighting soldiers eating hardtack. Um, and I do remember stories of the hardtack being essentially uh, flour wafers. They were so hard that you would have to actually soak it in like a coffee or a tea or something like that to soften it up. Otherwise, you'd be liable to chip a tooth. And a story of someone actually having one in their pocket and a musket ball would actually or had actually hit it and saved the gentleman's life. So it's the things we do in hard times to try and make do. And if that's what it comes down to, that's what it comes down to. So An interesting droid, not something we typically see or think about, but it's interesting nonetheless. So, thanks for visiting a droid like this with me today. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for visiting. See you in the next video.